I can do a green screen. Hold on. Now I gotta find something. I'll be back. This is kind of cool. Okay. I guess so. Keep y'all from asking me a million questions about my background. I know the girls always ask me what I'm wearing. Hot chocolate heat, Fenty Beauty. I want to use my sound bowl for just a little while. I don't know. I mean, I like it, but then again, I don't. All right, but I'm going to use my sound bowl for a little while. So y'all come in. Y'all just relax for a second. Take a chill pill. I might take my green screen off because it looks so funny. Uh-oh, I didn't mean to do that. How are y'all today? Let me know. Take some really deep breaths. This is 440. I thought it was 444 at first, but it's 440. Good for DNA repair. But always, like, if you ever see me pull my sound bowl out, always try to set your intentions of what you want to get from it. Because if you know, frequencies have the ability to heal. They have the ability to bring clarity. It is 222, baby. It has the ability to bring clarity, healing, DNA repair, so much. And so I have to always careful. You always want to be careful what music you listen to. I'm gonna do it a little loud for a second. Hey, Kristen. Welcome in. I hear What a Man song. You talking about what a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Y'all silly. Why do you think you picking up on that? If you can bring negative energy in here, you definitely low vibrational. You definitely a demon. Cause this is high vibes only. God. Not the good demons. You know, there's demons that God uses that work for the highest good of humanity. You worse than that. You like the ones they keep in cages. Like you live under the devil. Like they keep you in a cage. All right, I'm gonna stop for just a few minutes. Whew, I needed that. Y'all needed that too. I have mods, but I think they use different accounts because I haven't seen them in a while. And as far as I actually had one mod. Hold on, I'm gonna sneeze, I think. Hold on. Okay. I had one mod, but I had to remove him or her as a mod because when I went to check my, like, I guess you would call it like a back office on YouTube, Shorty had like did some weird stuff. Like she had filtered out a whole bunch of stuff in my back office, but a lot of it was really, really vulgar stuff that I've never even heard of before. Like it was a lot. But she also filtered out the word Jesus and God and amen, like a bunch of stuff that you would normally see on my channel, people talking about God and Jesus and saying amen. She removed that. Like she filtered it so she blocked every comment where somebody would say Jesus or God. And it was so weird. And I was like, I don't know who that was, but that's why I'm particular now about using mods because that was super weird. And then I had to go through and it took me forever and unblock a bunch of people's comments that were commenting God or whatever. I don't know. So I had some mods. I don't know where they are now, but I'll remove people who are being weird. I don't have a problem doing that at all. Y'all know our light attracts demons. I think that's all I saw. Yeah. If you missed this sambo, rewind it, but I may do it again. I mean, I'm definitely going to do it again when I get off live, but I may do it for y'all again. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. I can't see how many people are in here because of this background I got. I might need to use a different one. Hold on, y'all. I'm about to go blow my nose. Sorry, it's TMI, but I'll be right back. Just give me 1 second. All right, y'all, I'm back. If you attract the dark, 1, stop saying you attract the dark, and 2, abide in the word of God, and all that will flee. Anywho, does anybody else like have a big pet peeve about their hands being dry? That's like my biggest pet peeve. That feeling of your hands being dry or your feet being dry. I cannot stand that. I know that's random, but I always keep like a bunch of different hand cream with me because after I wash my hands, I have to use hand cream or something. I have sweaty hands. Oh, you have what's it called? My daughter has that and my sister-in-law has that. It's a medical issue. You can actually get it corrected. I forgot what it's called though. Is it hydrosis? Not hydrosis. It's something. You might have to Google it, but it's a medical term for people who excessively sweat, and they usually sweat through their hands and their feet. My daughter and my sister-in-law have that. That's true, but at times the test had to be taken. Just to respond to that person's comment, that's not how it works. That's a religious ideology. That's not how it works at all. Because you have to be very intentional about the things that you're saying. So if I was like intentionally attracting that to me, of course it would come to me, just like I intentionally attract positivity to me and it comes to me. But I've been dealing with darkness, and a lot of us have been dealing with darkness before we even knew who the Lord was. Like we've been dealing with that when we were still in pull-ups and diapers. Like it don't work like that. So I get what you're saying, and I'm sure you mean well, but that you sound like you're religious and I'm not, so that doesn't make sense to me, and that's just not how my life works. I understand that I could go 30 days and never utter the word, oh, my light irritates people's demons. I can go 30 days and never say that. I can meditate every day, talk to God every day, all of that. I'm still going to attract low vibrational people because there's a lot of low vibrational people in the world. That's not something you can just easily avoid. So I get what you're saying, but it don't really work like that. Positive thoughts, positive outlooks will steer you towards light. Yeah. I mean, I am the light though. So like I said, your light is going to attract. That's even science. Your light is going to attract dark and it's going to attract light. Like I was like, for example, like I just got on live, right? I'm on here doing my sound bowl, extremely positive, minding my business, and people came in here being degrading and rude to me. Did I attract that intentionally, or does my light just attract darkness? Like it's proven every day. I didn't say nothing negative. It just happened. So y'all be funny. Like I get what y'all be saying. That's really cute. That's so cute. I wish my life worked like that, but I could be in here doing my sound bowl. A hater is gonna pop up. So explain that. Use your religion to explain that to me. Okay, shout out to the UK. Yeah, I'll do it again. I'm not gonna do it right this second, but I will do it again. The background is a green screen because I don't know. I know it looks weird, but I like it for right now, so it's not bothering me. It's just like a little, I don't know. No days off for the wicked. No. It ain't no days off for the wicked. Absolutely not. I don't got nothing to do with that, honey. But anyway, so the title of my live is "The Truth Always Prevails the Lies." And it's very interesting because I want to say this message too on live because I feel like somebody in the live needs to hear this. The truth of who you are is being revealed. And I've been having so many dreams, y'all. So this, it doesn't have to be, because you know, masculine and feminine energy doesn't matter. Like the gender doesn't matter. But I've been having so many dreams about a feminine specifically being exposed for targeting somebody or degrading somebody or telling lies about someone. I've been specifically having dreams about that back to back, and it's been extremely random. Like I don't get where it's coming from, but that's the energy that I'm getting today. Like something else is going to be exposed. This could happen like on a major scale, like worldwide. This could happen amongst your city. This could happen like between your groups. This could happen at work. This could happen at church, in your household. Something is about to happen where somebody has continuously tried to paint a certain narrative of you. They've tried to lie on you and say that you were a certain way that you're not. This person has already been exposed for a lot of you, or they're about to be exposed. Like that's the energy I'm getting. Like the truth of who you are is about to, like, it's about to, people are going to bear witness. Like it's going to come out to the forefront in a crazy way. But I always say this, the thing that I love about y'all so much and y'all's energy is that y'all are like, most of y'all, you move in silence and you let your success make noise for you. So if people are talking crazy about you, if people are saying things about you that aren't true, you're like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm going to let my success speak for me. I'm going to let my character speak for me. You know how they say you'll know them by their fruits? You're the type of person that's like, I'm gonna just let that speak for me. I'm not gonna retaliate. I'm not gonna be out here defending myself and hooting and hollering and trying to prove a point to a bunch of peons. I'ma just boss up. I'm gonna go get another degree. I'm gonna go buy me a house. I'm gonna go get me a brand new car. I'm about to go to church. I'm about to connect more with the Lord. I'm about to like work on my addictions. Like you just like, I don't care what nobody has to say about me. I'm just going to get better and it's going to show. And all those people who have something to say about me, I'm going to leave them in the dust. Because they're going to have a lot to say about you, especially people like y'all, because again, y'all move in silence. And I had a message like this. I actually posted it on TikTok. Y'all are the type of people where it's so easy to lie on y'all because you are such a like lone wolf, or you're like the popular loner. You are always, you're not in the mix. You're not in the mix. You're not always out and about. People can't get next to you that often. Like you give kind of like celebrity type of energy. Like you are always out the way. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you, babe. You were always out the way. And because you were always out the way, people can make up lies about you because you don't hang around the people that your ops hang around. You don't go to the same places as them. You be like really out here making moves and doing what you're supposed to be doing. So people can make up a rumor about you and run their mouth about you, and everybody's going to believe it because of one, they're haters. Like, let's just be for real. Like, if people believe a lie about you, they want to believe the lie about you. And two, it would never even really get back to you for you to even clear it up because you're not in the mix. Like, it's like, Nikki say, it's a bunch of itty bitty piggies out here, running their mouth saying whatever they're saying. That's what they're supposed to do. Like, it's not going to get back to me. Like, that's what I really love about y'all, because I'm like that too. I wasn't always that way, but I feel like y'all may not have always been that way either. Hold on, I'm trying to find something like a sound bowl we can listen to. I feel like there may have been a point in time, and it kind of reminds me of what we talked about yesterday. I'm gonna read the comments in just a second. There may have been a point in time where you were targeted a lot, like even as a child, and you were constantly put in situations where you had to defend yourself, and it got to a point where you were extremely defensive because you were constantly defending yourself. Like you always had to like stand up for yourself because other people didn't want to do it, but also it was constant. Like people always had something to say. People always want to degrade you and talk down on you. It was just constant. People just always saying something. And it over time, for a lot of you, it could have built up to the point where you became very defensive. But I feel like you healed from that so long ago. Like you have finally healed from that type of person that feels the need to be defensive. And you're like, okay, well, I'm going to just let y'all have it. If y'all have something to say, I'm going to let y'all have it. And I feel like the people who targeted you, like your ops or the enemy or whatever this energy is, felt like they won because you stopped fighting and you stopped trying to defend yourself, and you just said, you know what, y'all got it. I'm gonna give it to God. I'm gonna move on. I don't care. Y'all got it. Like, hey, if you want to walk around telling people that you better than me, you better than me. If you want to walk around telling people that I'm nothing and I'm everything but a child of God, go ahead. Like, that's fine. If you want to judge me, go ahead. That's you. You got to carry that darkness with you. You got to carry that burden with you. But I'm not going to carry it for you because I know who I am. Okay. I know exactly who I am. And I'm okay with the person that I see in the mirror. I sleep very well at night knowing who I am and my character. If y'all want to run around and spew this negativity, that is a burden you have to carry because you have to keep up with that lie. And I feel like these people they have had to keep up with the lie about you. And it got to the point where it was exhausting. And honey, not only have they exhausted themselves keeping up with this lie about you, all that negative energy that they spit out into the universe, some of these people for years, is coming directly back to them. And there's absolutely nothing they can do about it because that is the law of the land. That is how energy works. You are going to get back what you put out in this life. It's only a matter of time. So because they decided to use their mouth and their energy to put it on you in the most negative way possible, and during that time you were relaxed, you were calm, you were graceful, you were classy, you didn't react, you didn't overdo it, you are going to be blessed and they're going to get a front row seat to your success. Like, sorry, y'all know I be in here rhyming, but for real, they're getting a front row seat to your success. Like, they could remember their lies to keep the storyline. Exactly. That's so real, Sky Viking. Like, that's so real. When somebody has went so long with lying on you, it gets to the point where they start forgetting their lies. And they got caught up. So I don't know who this is for. I don't know if this is happening for you now, but I'm telling you, y'all, like, the truth of who you really are is going to be revealed. But also, the truth of who your opposition is going to be revealed. So if there was somebody going around being manipulative, like I'm hearing like covert narcissist. Ooh, that's the worst type of narcissist. If somebody has been going around trying to portray themselves to be innocent, honey, that mask is being snatched off. Like, you're not innocent, baby. Like, we're gonna see who you really are. There's no more hiding anything. Like, it's something about this. I feel like, I don't know, I'm getting like next couple days, y'all. I'm sorry. I really am. All right, I'll go back and read a few comments. I surrender everything to God. I was always the black sheep, had to stand my ground often since a child. Has anyone ever told you that you look like Beyonce? Never. But I'll take it. Appreciate you. Betty, I've been following you for 2 years. You know I love you. Thank you, Be Marvelous. Love you too. It doesn't get back to me. It's crazy when it's your own family. I know. Family be the closest people to you be your biggest haters. I'm just reading through a couple of the comments. Thank you again, Kimberly. When they make noise, just know you moving right, okay? Period. All right? I'll be worried if they said nothing. And I'm like, people just be having a lot to say about y'all. They have so much to say about y'all. It's crazy. But it's honestly not, because it's like they're doing their job, but also look at you. Like, look at who you are. Not even like your physical, but just your spirit and like who you really are, the energy that you carry, your aura. Of course they have something to say. You are beyond their understanding. God is about to be exposed and the wicked ones won't like it. His chosen people, us, are rising up too. We are taking back our world. And that's just on period. That's crazy because the Bible verse today is to overcome evil by doing good, and it flows right into what you're explaining. I love that. Am I weird? Okay, I'm not reading that. Thank you, Denny. All right, I think I am caught up with the comments, so I can go back to the bottom. People hate the light you carry naturally. They can't even control it. Exactly. It don't have to nothing to do with what you're attracting. If you ask me, and even a lot of religious people understand this, the closer you get to God, the stronger the attacks become. It's like the closer you get to like your highest self, the higher you raise your frequency, it's like new levels, new devils. It comes with the territory. Like you're going to have people target you for no reason. It don't matter how high vibrational, excuse me, that you are. That's just, look, man, like that's just what it is. But I always remind you guys, your awareness of your own energy is very important, but also keeping your vibration high is important because, yeah, new levels, new devils, but them devils cannot mess with you. Like they're peons at this point because you're all the way up here. There's still low vibrational energy. At the end of the day, it's still a low vibe. Negative energy is always going to be down here. Love is always going to be up here. So remember that. Carry that with you. When you walk in love and you walk with God, you always going to be up here. Anything else is always going to be beneath you. I don't care what it looks like. I have a trash background. You have a trash attitude. That's even worse. You're welcome, Divinity King. Karma always hits you back, but how badly it hits you depends upon the karmic intensity of that karma, which is coming back. Yeah, because a lot of times you can go 5, 10, 20 years being a terrible person, and it's going to all hit you at one time. And it's going to happen when God wants it to happen, not when you want it to happen. My haters are about to get exposed, and God's going to elevate me inside of my enemies. Hey. I didn't know I was cloaked for my protection from God and my ancestors. You be right on point what I be going through, because I be picking up on that energy quick. Always. Right, once I tapped in, it was over. I didn't know I was part of the Matrix. I know, right? And we still got to maneuver through it. If it's not love, I don't want it. I know. God woke me up. I had to reevaluate my whole life. It be like that. It's like God give you a whooping, but then he cook you breakfast afterwards. I have to go to work. Thank you, Sky Viking. First time here. Really? I feel like I've seen that name before. Can y'all hear the sound bowl? I know y'all don't like my background, but I kind of like it. I kind of like it. If it's bothering y'all's eyes, I'll take it off, but I kind of like it. It's not really bothering me. How do you keep out the negativity from these peons? And I definitely can feel and read the energy. I don't feel like, okay, I'm not gonna say you can't keep it out, but just basically what I said, the higher you vibrate, okay? Because a peon, that's something that's just like really insignificant and just, I don't even know the real definition. I just say it like slang term. But a peon is somebody who is like an op, somebody who is vibrating very low. So if you don't want to be in alignment with a peon, you have to vibrate high, right? Anybody who is targeting you in a negative way with negative intentions is a low vibrational person. You have to rise above that by raising your vibration. So how you raise your vibration, literally anything that serves your highest good and helps you mentally, physically, energetically is what you should be doing, okay? So meditation, staying hydrated. Don't eat a bunch of processed foods. Try to eat more whole foods. Doing lots of exercise, doing breath work, exercise, stretching your body, spending time in nature. All the things that connect you closer to source energy or God energy is going to raise your vibration. Avoid drinking alcohol like in large consumptions. I'm not saying if you go out one night and you have a couple of shots that you have ruined your life, but don't be the type of person who's drinking excessively every single day, like you're a drunk or an alcoholic. You can have a little glass of wine here and there, okay, but don't be excessive with it. So avoid alcohol. Don't watch, I don't know if I can say that on here, so I'm gonna say corn. Don't watch corn. Y'all know what that is. Don't watch things like that. That's low vibrational. Don't be on OnlyFans, buying people's OnlyFans. Rebuke that spirit and call on the Lord, because no ma'am, no sir. Don't do things like that. Don't share your body like romantically or sexually with somebody who is of a low vibration. Things like that. What else? Just anything that brings you on a low vibe, or even like eating a bunch of processed foods, things like that. Like, y'all know, anything that's, it feels good but it's bad for you is low vibrational. And of course, we're humans. Every once in a while you may slip up, but it's just best not to do that. There's so much enjoyment you can get out of life. There are things that feel good that are good for you, right? So try to focus on things like that. Keep your vibration high. That is how you defeat spiritual warfare. That is how you keep a peon. I want to say keep them out your energy, but it helps you separate the two. Because if you're highly gifted and highly like empathic, you're going to feel a lot of people's energy, but you have to know how to separate the two. It's just like how I do one-on-one sessions with my clients. I'm picking up on their energy, sometimes even before the session starts. I may get anxious, I may get sad, I may get angry, I may get happy. I know that's not my energy because I have spent so much time meditating and isolating myself and just going within my own spirit. I know the difference between my spirit and somebody else's. So if somebody's trying to project onto me, I can feel it and I catch it in a second. Like if somebody, because you gotta know, y'all, some of y'all who, especially y'all family, if somebody in your family knows that you are spiritually gifted, or you have a platform like this where you post yourself, or you give tarot messages or spiritual messages or anything that you do, if you have a platform, people are constantly throwing at you because they know you can pick up on energy. It don't take rocket science to know that. They know you can pick up on energy. They will literally sit there and like, I'm sending her negative energy. I'm sending her negative energy. It could throw you off if you're not who you are. But because you are chosen, because you're a child of God, because you're above that little BS that they're trying to throw at you, you feel it and it's like, girl, boo, like I'm shrugging that off right off my shoulder, or you sending it right back to them, or you are transmuting that right back into love. You got to know the difference. But I think a lot of times people who are spiritual, especially in the beginning of your journey, you don't recognize that you are picking up on the energy of other people, and it can cause anxiety, it can cause depression that doesn't even belong to you. That's why isolation is important and meditation is important, because it helps you recognize what's your energy and what's not. Sorry, y'all. Let me go back and see some of y'all comments. Thank you, Tiara. Or Tiara. I'm screaming. Lots of monitoring spirits, stalkers, creeps, but how to deal with people who want to be close and friends, but you know they're spying. Don't have them around you. If you're dealing with people that you know are like monitoring spirits or they're just stalkers, you have free will to not have those people around you. Y'all gotta start standing on business and being tough. I don't care if it's a family member, I don't care who it is. Like, tell them, I don't want you around me. I don't want you talking to me. Even if it's at work, you can say it respectfully because you know you don't want to get HR involved. But just be like, respectfully, I'm here to work. Like, I'm not here to talk. I'm not here to be friends with people. I just come and do my job and go home. Like, you got to just respectfully tell people, I don't mess with you and I don't want to. Like, this is your life. That was me the whole time I was going through something. I've been clean from drinking for 4 years. I literally just stopped. Okay, congrats. I love that. I'm trying to stop smoking. I have no advice on that, but I feel like you will eventually get to that point when it's time for you to get to that point. Don't try to force it. Just let it happen naturally. You'll get sick of it eventually. But good luck to you. I hope you're able to like actually accomplish that, because it'll really change your life. I stopped smoking because I didn't like coming down from highs. I didn't like the way that felt. So I haven't smoked in like probably almost 3 years. And drinking, lowering your intake. Drinking is so bad for you. Thanks, Darshawn. We cannot fight against these kind of wickedness. God will do that. I agree and disagree, because I feel like God gave us a power. He gave some of us a power. You just got to know how to tap into it. Like, if God made us in his image, then that would make us many gods. And if God has a power, he has given us a certain level of power. And it's just on you to decide what you're going to do with it. Some people use it for bad, some people use it for good. But I don't think God has us out here like defenseless. It's just like, if you're in a spirit, if you're in a war or a battle, your captain is not the only one who has power. You did not go through all that training for you to go out there on the battlefield and twiddle your thumbs and be like, I don't know, dude, God help me. No. God gave you power. Like, you're not lost and dazed and confused. You're not just, especially if you call yourself chosen, y'all. Like, because a lot of y'all be calling yourself chosen, but it's like, honey, do you know what that means? Like, you have a power. You absolutely have a power. Why do you think they target you? If you didn't have a power and God was the only one who had power, why would they target you so bad? If you were so insignificant and you were just a human like everybody else, why would they target you so much? Why would they come for you so much? Why do they get in these groups to come at you? Like, please understand that you have power. I'm not saying that you're more powerful than the creator. Nobody is more powerful than the creator, but you have power. You better tap into it, because they're banking on you not understanding your power. They want you to think that it's all woo woo and like, oh, this is bad. Y'all are witches and we're going to hang you at the, what's it called? I don't know. You know, the stuff they used to do. I don't know the terminology, but we're going to burn your house down. We're going to take you out. Why do you think they did that stuff back then? It's not because all those women were just bad people. It's because they could do something that everyone else cannot do. They will demonize certain things and intentionally make things look bad in social media and on movies and TV shows on purpose, so you're scared and you never tap into it. You have power. Like, only time I'm like, all right, God, you got it, is when I know it's something I cannot handle. God is always going to be there to handle those battles for us that we can't handle. But God did not put you through all that strength training and put you through all that warfare for you to be a weakling and for you to sit around and act like there's nothing that you cannot do and you're helpless. What was the purpose of the trials and tribulations if I wasn't going to learn something from it, or if I wasn't going to like gain more power and level up and be able to like fight my own battles? Yeah, I do think these new kids are going to be lit, because you got to think, y'all, most of us who were born, we are born because I don't know, it's kind of deep. Edward, you kind of like cracked my head open just then. It's kind of deep because most of us who were born, we were not born from high vibrational parents. We were not born from parents who were tapped in. Some of y'all were, some of y'all weren't. Some of y'all skipped a generation. But you got to think now, think about all these high vibrational men and women, all these high vibrational tapped in like men and women who are conceiving children. I know a lot of people don't want to have children now, but for those of you who do, I'm talking to y'all. Like, first of all, the act of like making love and creating a child is such a powerful, magical thing. Imagine two high vibrational people coming together to do that. Imagine a child being like created in the womb of a mother who is like tapped in already. That child is going to be gifted. These new kids are going to be crazy. They're going to be crazy in the best way possible. Like, it's going to be really amazing to see, and we're already seeing it. Like, I see it with my own children. They are gifted. Like, my children are gifted. They've always been gifted. Like Callie, she's extremely musically gifted. It blows my mind because I don't know where she gets it from. She actually told me one day, I think she was like 3 or 4 years old. She told me that when she hears music, she sees colors. I was like, what? And she was like, yeah. And I would play music for her, like any type of music, piano music, whatever. She would be describing what she sees. She sees imagery in colors when she hears music. Callie be in here making beats, y'all. Like, y'all don't even know. Like, me and her dad be like, what? Callie be blowing my mind. She's so musically gifted. It's crazy. It's crazy. And she's extremely intuitive. So these new kids, yeah, you better believe, like, pour into them, give them all the love and support in the world. Keep them away from toxicity. Enough of us grew up in toxicity. Keep them away from it and just pour into them. They're going to be amazing. What is my situation like and going to be, and how is my boyfriend's health? You got to book me for a session, honey. I feel so weird calling God he anymore. Does anyone else relate? I'm glad you said that because it does feel weird. But because I grew up religious, I've always referred to God as he, and God is always referred to he, but I don't feel like God is a he. And I feel like the reason they told us God is a he is because of like the patriarchal system. Like, of course, it's just like a man to tell everybody, oh yeah, God is a man. I don't feel like God is a man. Because you got to think, like, if God is the creator, right, there's only one form, there's only one being that can create life, and it would be a female, it would be a woman. So I don't know if God is a woman or a man, but God is definitely not just a man. Like, and you're going to always hear me refer to God as he because I'm conditioned to, but I totally get what you're saying. I totally agree with that. It is kind of weird because it's like, this is a God that created life. You're telling me a man did that by himself? Nah. Nah. And then I get to earth and I carry a child for 9 months. Like, I actually created life? Nah. The men not gonna like that one. God bless you. I'm happy to catch you live. I want to thank you truly from my heart for you putting out these prophetic messages. You're welcome, Isabella. Thank you. Your messages motivated me to stop smoking, and I'm glad I kicked the habit. I see what you mean about being high on life through meditation instead. Yes, I love that. I love a good testimony. I love that. I love that so much. It's a beautiful feeling, too. When people get around me, they start confessing secrets they never told anyone, just out the blue. Too many people target me and didn't want me to move out the state. That's trifling. All right. Thank you, Bloom. I'm going to leave the video up, Jessica. What? Now she was yelling. My friend sees colors too, and he's a musician. I hope she can sing too. She sings. I feel like she needs voice training, but she sings for sure. That's amazing though that you know somebody else that can do that, because I didn't know what to think when she said that, but I was just like, wow, I think I heard maybe Pharrell say something like that before. Yes, I love my kids so much. They're teenagers. Oh, I can't imagine. I say creator in my own headspace. I use he to keep things simpler in combos, right? Jesus is man, Jesus is he. God is a spirit. He's a beautiful black man. Trust me, use your power. You can see and hear him. Trust me, he's black, and so is Archangel Michael. He's beautiful and don't play. Some of us dream, trust me. Only thing I don't like, because y'all know, like, they leave out some powerful women. That's why it's hard to... Okay. Y'all, if you don't agree with somebody, keep it cute, because it could, like... it could tap dance on the lines of being kind of like prejudiced or racist. Like if you don't agree with somebody, don't be taking stuff too far. Like it's not necessary for you. That wasn't even necessary for you to comment on. Like if you don't agree with it, roll your eyes and keep scrolling. But it's not for you to be like, oh, that's dumb. It's not dumb, okay? Because if you think about it, the world we live in, the most like demonized group of people are the ones who have the most power. Because if we didn't have any type of power, if we didn't have any type of importance, they wouldn't mess with us the way they do. Okay? Yes, I know Jesus Christ is a man, but it's just crazy because in a lot of religions they don't give any like authority to women. They don't speak on the power of women. They don't give any true love to women. They make the role of a woman this big. But when you live in the real world, the role of a woman is so large, especially a mother. Jesus had a mother, right? Like Jesus is important, but Jesus also had a mother, and they always like disrespect that part. They always try to minimize that part, which is why I don't get down with religion, because it's rooted in patriarchy. Like it's all about making it seem like the man is the head, the man has the control, the man has all the power. But that doesn't make any sense, because women have a lot of power. Like women have so much wisdom. Women have the ability to create life. Women hold the portal between life and death. Like we carry the portal to bring something from the spiritual to the physical. Like we're able to survive, like when we're going through like our menstrual cycle. Like we go through so many cycles in a month. Like we have so much power, we have so much wisdom, we are naturally creative. Exactly. Mary is worthy. Yes, Mary is worthy to be seen as someone of importance. She was the bearer of God, but they don't ever talk about that. They always try to make her role so small, and that is intentional. That is intentional. Completely intentional. And I know y'all are saying men and women belong together. I get all that. But we also live in a world where they give so much power to men and masculine energy, which obviously was an issue because we live in a patriarchal society and the world is terrible. The world is awful. The world is ruled by men and it's awful. They're doing a terrible job ruling this world. But I digress. But they don't give enough power to women. They don't give enough power to feminine energy. They don't give enough respect to feminine energy. When we have power too, we got a lot of it. Clearly, we have a lot of it. Like, we run the world. I'm laughing, but it's like we do. We created this world. Every single person walking around on this earth has a mother. Every single person walking around this earth for being here and existing today was because of your mother. Okay? I'm not saying men did not play a role, but the role of a man is so small when it comes to creating life. I know y'all are going to shoot me, but y'all, it don't take but 30 seconds for your father to shoot you out. Literally, he can last 30. Don't look, y'all. He can literally last 30 seconds with your mama. Don't take offense. I'm just saying. Some of y'all was made in 30 seconds. Your dad did boop, 2 seconds and went to sleep. And your mom took that time and carried you for 9 months plus and pushed you out of her. So I'm not saying the man has no importance. I'm just saying the woman, she does a lot more than just shoot you out her body for 30 seconds and go roll over and go to sleep. That's what I'm saying. So, hey, it's just funny because we live in a world that just tries to minimize women and dehumanize us and demonize us and just like a lie. So don't get triggered. I didn't say nothing that was a lie. So you could get mad because of what I said, but I didn't lie. I did not lie. Ask your daddy. He ain't last 5 minutes. All right, you did a great job, daddy. Thank you. They take from the feminine. Yes. And it's like, okay, we've given so much respect to masculines and masculine energy. It's time to give that respect to the feminine so we can have that equilibrium and have that balance. Where you cannot have balance in constantly disrespect feminine energy. So for those of you who are always like, men and women need to come together. Okay, well, masculine energy needs to start respecting feminine energy for that to happen. And we live in a world where feminine energy is not respected. Mother Earth, that's creation, is feminine energy. That's not respected. The women walking around breathing on this earth, they are not respected. So much is not respected when it comes to feminine energy. And it's always dismissed and like put to the side, and it's like, wow, that's crazy. Isn't that how life is as a mother a lot of times? We do so much and we don't even get a thank you. Exactly, the world is feminine. Women are the nurturers, men are the creators. That's not true, honey. I need you to go read a couple more books. Men do not create. Men do not create. Women create. Women are creators. Feminine energy is creation itself. Your mother created you. Your father did not create you. Earth created the grass and the mountains and the oceans. Earth, Mother Earth, creation. Go read a couple more books. You wild, Be Marvelous. You wild for saying that. I got tired of people saying women can't preach. It's crazy because my grandma, she was a pastor, and that is why she became a pastor. I don't know when she was born. So my mom was born in like 1976. My grandma had been born in like the 1940s or 50s. I don't know, but she came from a time of like really going through like segregation and like things like that. And they told her also that she wasn't, women can't be pastors, and that's what made her become a pastor and become a doctor. She wrote like a whole bunch of books. She had her own church. 2-minute noodles, I'm screaming. Right. It took way longer than 5 minutes. I don't care how long it took. It didn't take 9 months. Y'all funny. You guys don't need respect but love. No, we need respect first and then love. I think a lot of men love what a woman can do for him, but they don't respect her as a person. It's not even respected by certain women. That's definitely true. I know that Mary is mentioned, but she's not given her proper credit and respect. Men definitely do all the creating, though. No. That's not true. We can definitely agree to disagree, but for you to think that men are the creators is absolutely crazy. And then you hear somebody say, if men didn't create, how come God is a man? God is a man because they told you he was a man. That's what they told you. Have you ever tapped in to get those answers for yourself, or are you going off what you were told? They told you God was a man. I wonder why they did that. Men do all the creating. No, that's not true. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but your mother created you. Go ask her. Go ask her how it felt to push your big head out of her. I love this music. I just find it to be very like misogynistic for the world to like even say that. Well, God is man. Men do everything. Men do all the creating. That's so misogynistic to say. Again, that was a part of the curse, pain, and childbearing. Y'all know what's crazy? This is another way they try to demonize women, saying that because Eve ate some fruit, Like, I'm not religious, y'all, so don't come here with that nonsense. Like, that story right there is the most, like, no disrespect intended. That right there is the most, like, nonsense thing I have ever heard in my life. That's a part of the curse. Sweetheart, that's science. That is science. If you take a hole this big and you try to push something this big out of it, it's going to hurt. It don't got nothing to do with Eve and a curse. That don't even make any sense. Sometimes y'all will sit down and take a crap and it will hurt. Was that a curse on y'all, or is that just you are human with having a human experience in a physical body? You have nerve endings that experience pain. That doesn't even make any sense. Like, y'all just be believing. Yeah, that is such nonsense, y'all. Like, that is such nonsense. That is such nonsense. That's not a part of the curse. That's because you have nerves in your body that allow you to feel pain. That doesn't make any sense. Faith doesn't need sense. Fun fact, I'm talking crap right now. Okay, I'm glad you are, because I would hate for you to believe that. We got to let that go. The story of Eve coming out of Adam's rib, that is so misogynistic. That is so misogynistic. That doesn't even make any sense. So I came out of Adam's rib, and then now if I want to bring life into this world, I have to do it through my womb. That doesn't make sense. I can make an Adam. I can make one of those easily. I can make a son. I can make a daughter. Like, to limit women to saying, yeah, you just created from his rib and you're just his helpmate. You're his support system. It feels like I'm doing all the work though. What is Adam doing? Because I swear I'm doing all the work. I don't care how other people perceive it. I only care what makes sense. And it doesn't make sense to say that they said that intentionally about Eve to try to demonize women. That's why they said what they said. Because they was only, y'all understand that's a story, right? Y'all understand that was a made up story, right? Y'all know that was a made up story. You know that you actually can't come out of somebody's rib, right? Like, you know that wasn't real. That was a fake story that you were supposed to read between the lines of. Read between the lines. That's not real, baby. I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. Our oppressors taught us Christianity. No offense to the white people. White men taught us Christianity. Especially if you're black, walking around saying those things. You can follow Jesus Christ and his word all you want to, but you were taught Christianity by your oppressors because they wanted to control you. And they told you that if you went against your master, you would be going against God. But just keep plowing. Just keep plowing, though. Keep that plowing. Keep that plowing. Okay. Well, you enjoy your experiences. I hope you continue to do what is best for you. But I personally, especially as a woman, but also as a black woman, I will not be following any religion. I already live in a world. I already live in a patriarchal society. The Bible is extremely misogynistic, extremely. And I'm not going to lessen my importance for a man's ego like they have always wanted. I'm not going to demonize myself and demonize other women like me to make a man feel better when y'all saying y'all tapped in, y'all saying y'all meditate, y'all saying y'all so spiritual, so am I. So the guidance and wisdom that I have received from a higher power tells me that me being a woman and me just being me is a very powerful being. I'm a very powerful being because God said that I am. And especially because I'm a woman. Sorry to burst your bubble. Women are powerful beyond your understanding, which is why your mother was able to carry you for 9 months and push you out of her, something a man could never do. I'm going to speak life into women and give them the love they deserve. I'm not a pick-me. I'm not going to stroke any man's ego. I know my power as a woman, and women and feminine energy needs to be being respected. And I'm sorry that your cognitive dissonance is stirring up feelings in you that you don't understand, but don't come in here because I crushed your ego because the world told you that this is a man's world and women are beneath you, that you're trying to find a way to make my point not make sense. It makes perfect sense. I said what I said. Women are the true creators. Respect it. I don't know what else to tell you. What should black people believe? I'm not here to tell any race of people what they should believe. I'm going to tell y'all the same thing I tell everybody else. You believe what you want to believe. You believe whatever keeps you snoring at night. A lot of people believe certain things because it helps them sleep better. I don't want to destroy your sleep. But just know if you come in here, yeah, I'm gonna say how I feel. You can say I'm wrong, and maybe I am wrong. I'm okay with being wrong, but I do know that we're not going to lessen the importance of women. We're not going to do that. Like I would much rather stand on that. Like I'm willing to bet my life on that and stand on that one. That has nothing to do with the experience I lived, but I have enough common sense to know, and I do enough pattern recognition to know that the groups of people that they demonize the most have the most power, which is why they tried to destroy and demonize Jesus Christ, because they understood his power. The more they try to demonize you, the more power that you have. The more that they abuse you, the more power that you have. A lot of y'all walk around here and say that you're chosen and I've been through so much. I got so many haters. People are always trying to target me. And you can say for yourself as an individual that the reason that you're targeted is because of your essence and your light and the God in you. You can say that for yourself. But when it comes to women, you can't acknowledge that. When it comes to black people, you can't acknowledge that. That doesn't make any sense. How do you understand as an individual that the more targeted you are, the more powerful that you are? But you can't understand that same thing for women. That's crazy. Women and men are side by side in their value to the world. This world that we live in today, no, we're not. In the spirit, sure, but in on this earth, no, we're not. Women do not get the respect we deserve. I just talked about this yesterday. Do y'all not see what just happened in Congo? Did y'all not read about that? Like that's serious. What happened was absolutely serious, and it makes me very angry and upset. But y'all will get on here and y'all are only saying that women and men are equal because it's helping your ego. Because you know what I'm saying is true, but you know you can't say that men are more powerful, whatever the case may be. Y'all don't really believe that. Y'all don't believe men and women are equal. You're just trying to keep your ego intact. Y'all don't believe that, because if that was true, why are women always constantly being disrespected on a day-to-day basis? Why do a bunch of prisoners can break out of jail and go in? I don't even know if they were prisoners, but why can a bunch of men go into a place that holds women and children, take their life from them, abuse them, and assault them? But we're supposed to be equal in this world? We are not equal in this world. There's nothing equal in this world when it comes to a man and a woman. In the spirit, maybe. But in the physical realm, no, that is not the case. Women have always had to fight for our power that we have and fight for our respect. And y'all have continued to stand by and allow us to be disrespected. We have gotten our rights taken away from us. In my country, I can say our rights are being taken away from us as we speak. Men don't care about that, because if y'all care so much, why y'all not out here protesting for us? Why y'all not out here defending us? Y'all don't care. Like all that women and men are equal, that's BS for your ego. Save it. Men are stronger physically. Nobody cares. Men and women are equal until rent is due, but most men don't even have a house or a pot to piss in. Women are out here paying our rent and paying our mortgage. We have more homes. But all in the same breath, majority of women not what you on, they on OnlyFans. And who is paying for the OnlyFans? Keep pushing. Why is OnlyFans popular? Who is spending their hard-earned money on OnlyFans? Quickly, 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 quickly. Who's paying for it? Who is paying for it? I'll wait. Why is that $1 billion? Don't say simp, say the gender. Say the gender. What gender is paying for OnlyFans? What gender is keeping these strip clubs popping? Because if y'all wouldn't go in the strip club, if y'all didn't pay for OnlyFans, they would not make any money. Y'all are paying for it. Y'all pay for it. Men pay for that. Y'all be fake mad about stuff. Oh, but women are doing OnlyFans. I guarantee you every man in here has watched porn or paid for an OnlyFans or something. And I dare one of y'all to say that you're lying. Or paid to go in a strip club before. You're lying. All of y'all are lying. Okay. I muted it because my daughter FaceTimed me and I wanted to talk to her. Sorry. I haven't paid nothing. Y'all are lying. Just don't say anything. Y'all are lying. Y'all are lying. Y'all are lying. I can't believe it. Before I lie, I will tell you nothing. And I stand on that. Just don't say nothing. Because y'all know y'all lying. She is mad and angry. Why would I be that? I think the people who are mad and angry are people who are just can't handle the truth. Calm down, please. She's been hurt badly. I promise you I'm going to rewatch this live and I'm not even going to be doing the most. That is something that y'all weaponize against women Why are you being emotional? Calm down. Are you triggered? Did somebody hurt you? Nobody hurt me. I'm not even talking about relationships. I'm talking about the power of the divine feminine. What about that is supposed to make me hurt? Like, what are you talking about? You act like I'm up here talking about relationships. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about how society treats women. That is a fact. Don't even feed into these men. They were taught wrong. They will never admit the power and strength and wonderful things we done as women. No, they won't, because they can't. It's cognitive dissonance. Like, y'all were raised to believe that y'all have power. That's why y'all come on here and, ooh, she's angry. No, I'm not. Do I look angry to you? The only thing that makes me angry is abuse of women. That makes me angry. Call me angry and mad when I'm talking about women getting abused and assaulted. That makes me upset. And if it doesn't make you upset, you're part of the problem. Exactly. It's called being passionate and speaking with conviction. I've never paid for OnlyFans on my life. Different story. Corn, different story. Yeah. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying all men have participated in some type of digital sexual thing or have gone into the strip club. Actually, mammals do have the ability to procreate without males. That's interesting. I don't know. My thing is, this is my thing, y'all. Okay? This is my thing. You were on the I'm a woman, okay? I'm a woman. If you are a man and you come onto a channel of a woman and you are triggered by topics about women, I highly suggest you leave. That's all I ask. You are a grown man mad because a woman is speaking up and sticking up and speaking life into other women. As a man, if that makes you upset, you are the problem, not me. I'm a woman. Of course, I'm going to speak well about women. Of course, I'm going to speak life into women. If you don't like it, leave. Simple. They have so many red pill podcasts. They have so many rooms where they degrade women and they talk down on women. They have so many of those platforms. Why don't y'all just take your energy to those platforms where they say men eat steak, women eat salad? Why don't y'all go over there to get the ego boost that you need and make yourself feel better about being the man that you are? Go over there, okay? Because over here, I'm going to speak life into women and I'm gonna speak the truth, okay? Like I said, before I tell you a lie, I'll tell you nothing. And I said what I said. That doesn't make me mad, angry, or bitter. Nobody hurt me. Like I'm not saying this because of pain. I'm saying this because I'm passionate about women. I'm passionate about the divine feminine. I'm passionate about God. I'm passionate about creation. If you don't like that, this isn't the place for you. But if you stick around just to go back and forth with me, that doesn't really speak to you being a man. That speaks to you being a weakling. Because a real man is not going to go back and forth with a woman who is trying to speak life into other women because they have an understanding of who his counterpart really is. I get degraded and talked down on by men every single time I put my camera up and go live. But y'all talk about being protectors. Y'all talk about being the head. But y'all, instead of defending me as a man, you rather get in the comments and talk down on me and disagree with me. But you're a man, but you're supposed to defend me. You're supposed to protect me. You're not even doing that. So be gone. Like, seriously. A woman will protect me before a man would. Excuse me. Anywho, y'all, I'm not mad. I'm just passionate. Y'all know how I feel about women. I'm not going to delete the live. I'm going to keep the live up. I love y'all. Y'all know I love y'all. Okay. I'm passionate about that, and what happened in Congo really disgusted me, and it's not enough talk. I'm not enough talk about it, and I don't like it. Okay, because that just shows the evil in this world. Because women would not do that. Women are not breaking out of jail and gonna go harm nobody. They probably gonna go home or get their hair done. Okay, so let me use the sound bow for it. Let me just use the sound bow for a second. Okay, let me use the sound bow because I'm a woman first. Okay, like ladies, I love y'all. And I just hope y'all are doing okay. Because it's hard out here for us, okay? We got to protect ourselves out here. I done got hot. Oh, Lord. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Here we go. Men eat steak. Women eat salad. Oh, my goodness. I'm hungry, too. I'm going to order me some food. Y'all so funny. Bless your heart. Ooh, that sounds good, Brianna. That sounds good. Thanks, Akula. Thanks for your donation. I need to clean my sound bowl. I always prove my point. I don't even know what you're talking about, but my point will always be proven. Casino, please go find something else to do with your life. That's not even what I was saying, but okay. Anywho. Don't worry, be happy. Y'all, I'm still a little under the weather, so don't talk about me singing. It just feels so peaceful in here. I just hear the birds chirping. Yes, that soundboat definitely helps. I don't know if I'm gonna watch the Super Bowl. Y'all keep asking about it. I don't know. I don't know who's gonna win the Super Bowl. But I'm definitely gonna watch Kendrick Lamar perform. That's usually what I do. I just watch the halftime show and just move on with my life. That's it. My daughter might want to watch it. She's pretty into football. Yes, y'all get y'all sound bowl. If you want a sound bowl, if you want the one I got, if you click the link in my description box that says Amazon storefront, I think it's under my recent purchases, and it has a link to my sound bowl if you want to buy it. All right. I mean, if y'all want to do a Q&A, we can. I got plenty of time right now. I'm just at the house chilling. I already set my message. I did my sound bowl. I just don't have nothing to do, so I'm on live with it today. I got some time. I got a couple hours. My kids are with their dad. So I'm really just probably about to eat something. But I haven't done a Q&A with y'all. Well, I do, but I haven't done like one where y'all give me stuff back to back. Keep pushing. You are very triggered by that. Stop. Why is that making you so mad? They don't even have nothing to do with you or your life. Let it go. Keep pushing. Like your name say. Keep pushing. Take your own advice. Hey, Holly H. Baby. It always be y'all. Y'all always prove my point every time. It always be y'all. All right, I'm about to take this green screen off because it's bothering my eyes. Post y'all up. It does, and they always try to make it seem like it's the women, but it be them. It just goes to show. They try to make it seem like women are like fighting each other and being jealous, and it's like it happens sometimes, but honestly, it be these men. It be them, like majority. I mean, I'm not one of those people who believe like the Super Bowl is like a ritual and all that. Like just watch it for fun. That's it. Watch it, have fun, eat some wings. Or don't. Like I don't think it's all that deep. They not doing no mind control on me. I don't know. I used to like to watch it for like the commercials and the halftime show. So I'm definitely watching the halftime show. I don't even know when the Super Bowl is. Yeah, I know it's today, but I don't know what time it starts. It's the Eagles and who else? I think the other team wears red. Don't the other team wear red or maroon or something? The Eagles and somebody. The Chiefs. Oh yeah, I knew that. Thanks, Lord Pope. You too. No, I haven't had my hair stand up. Actually, I haven't noticed, to be honest. I've never felt it, but I've never seen it either. That's interesting though, because it kind of reminds me how they say, like, you know how like black hair like grows up. They always talk about how black hair grows up like towards the sky. So you just made me think about that. You don't think it's mind control? Like, but what, like, I don't, but also what would be the reason? Like, what are they trying to control me to do? What do they want me to do? Like, I feel like pretty much any TV or movie can be mind control. It's not limited to the Super Bowl. Anything could be mind control if your mind is easily controlled. My mind is not easily controlled, so they can't control my mind with the Super Bowl or anything else. I don't know. Hey, Lisi. I just wouldn't read too much into it. I just want to tell you you're very gorgeous. Please move closer to the Lord so that in the end he will come. What makes you think I'm not close to the Lord? Only thing that's mind control. Right, that's true. The ads on TV is definitely mind control because they're trying to get you to purchase something and sometimes it works. That's true. Will you be watching? Yeah, I'm gonna watch the halftime performance. I'm so calm right now. My baby. He just sent me a picture of my son. Sorry, y'all. I gotta look at it right now. I think she thinking of the video. Why are y'all stuck on somebody sending me $20? You acting like he sent me a stack. It was just $20. Y'all are really tripping about that. Like, please stop. You must need that 20. You need that 20? Because you acting like it. I didn't finesse him out of anything. People send me donations all the time. All the time. Like, why does that make you upset? I feel like that's exactly what I deserve, no matter how big or small. I deserve to be given to. Duh. Feminine energy is to receive. Hmm. Okay. I did peep how he was the same dude who was going off. I did peep that, but I think he understood his wrong. Let them know. I just want to pin this comment. She deserves more. Whenever you meet a goddess, you come with offerings. They don't understand. They don't understand that. That is absolutely correct. You don't come up to a divine feminine or a goddess, somebody that you're attracted to, somebody who you feel like is speaking life into you, and offer her nothing. That's what's wrong with men nowadays. They feel like they're just supposed to get everything for free all the time. No, offer her something. And then she'll decide if she wants to accept what you're offering. Ew. The females in your family? You mean the women in your family? He paid for his mistakes? I guess so. I guess so. I just don't know why y'all so hung up on it. I really feel like y'all need that dub. Like it's just $20. It's not that serious. I think y'all should just let it go, to be honest. All right, can we change the subject? Why do women hate the word female? Because it's disrespectful. I'm not a female, I'm a woman. A female that could describe an animal. You would use a female to describe an animal. I'm not an animal, I'm a woman. All right, if y'all don't have no questions, I'm about to get off. I'm about to get off. Probably get me some food. There's this place I want to try. They have these empanadas. I'm not ordering food on him. I don't even get y'all. When y'all send me donations, I don't get donations for a month after you guys send them to me. That's not how YouTube works. They don't just deposit it into my bank account. It takes a month for me to even receive that. Like, oh my God. Like, y'all is just really doing the most about $20. Like, this is crazy. This is why women got more money than y'all. Because we don't sweat the small stuff. How many times should you forgive people who do you wrong? I feel like you should forgive people who do you wrong every time. But you should take your time with that forgiveness. I feel like being in a state of resentment and being upset with somebody, I think can be a beautiful thing if you choose to look at it that way, because when you go through stages of like grief and like resentment and anger, it teaches you something. So I think it's a beautiful thing. You just have to allow yourself to feel how you feel. So if you feel hurt by somebody's actions, then I feel like allow yourself to feel like that, like sit in the hurt until you get to a place of forgiveness. Like, don't force yourself to forgive. It may take you years to forgive somebody. that's okay. Like, allow yourself to go through that process of like forgiving and unforgiving and being mad and being happy and acceptance. Like, just go through it. But I feel like you should forgive everybody who hurt you at some point. Because why walk around even holding on to that? There's no point in holding on to that pain. Just a lot. I think like being mad. Like, I feel like God definitely puts us in positions. Some not even God puts us in positions, but I feel like as a human being, of course you're gonna feel different emotions. You're gonna get angry, but I feel like a lot of times God is like He's okay with us sitting in anger if that anger, if He knows on the other side of you being angry is forgiveness, and like you're going to learn something from that experience. We're here to learn and become enlightened. So sometimes you have to learn lessons through anger and through pain. It's transmutation, it's alchemy. Those are the best lessons, are pain and anger. And it's unfortunate that, that's, you got to learn the hard way, but I feel like you get the biggest rewards from that. Pocket watching bad. Anyway. Hey, late coming. Have your dreams been vivid lately? And can you feel pain, touch, pleasure in them, or am I the only one? I don't know. Me and the dream world got beef, so I don't even know. I don't know. I feel like my dreams have always been vivid. I've definitely felt emotions and sensations in a dream though. But I have a really hard time controlling my dreams sometimes, so I don't know. Really gotta work on that. I really do. Do I have any mentors? No, I don't have a mentor. I have somebody that I like a spiritual teacher I've watched like on YouTube, but she's also like a friend of mine. I've watched her for a long time. Her YouTube is the Pisces High Priestess. I've watched her for a while. I actually think she took down her YouTube, so you can't even find it right now. But I don't have any mentors. My wisdom definitely comes from above. Even if it's somebody you did nothing wrong to. I mean, I think that's your perspective. Sometimes people feel like you did something wrong to them and you don't feel like you did anything. I feel like that's all the more reason to let it go. Especially if somebody feels like you did something to them and you feel like you've done nothing wrong, so begin the process of letting that go. Like if they're retaliating against you, that's one thing. But if they just don't want to talk to you, because there are people in this world who feel like they have not done anything wrong to somebody who they have wrong, but that's because you have a different perspective. So yeah, just forgive regardless. Don't hold on to that. Life too short to be holding on to anger and bitterness. Bitterness and resentment destroys people. Bitterness and resentment has destroyed some of y'all's enemies. Don't be like them. There's so many people who are bitter because you exist and they have spent all their time and energy trying to take you out and destroy you, and they ruin their life. Don't be that person. Don't even sit in that energy for too long. You're human, you're gonna feel some type of way, but intentionally decide, okay, I feel this way now, but I don't want to feel this way forever. And I'm gonna let it go because I'm not carrying this around with me. Yes, refuse to be bitter. Yeah, I think forgiveness is a really important. Don't beat yourself up if it takes a while for you to forgive. Sometimes it takes a while, especially when it's like your parents or like somebody that you had children with, somebody who's really, really close to you. I feel like it's easier to forgive coworkers and friends, but it's harder to forgive family. Those are the people, or people who saw the intimate parts of you. It's harder to forgive those people, but you have to at some point. You have to. Because you have to know that you deserve better than whatever that experience was. Just give yourself time. You got to feel how you feel and be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself about how you actually feel. Yeah, it's definitely hard. It's hard being a human, period. It is. You got to find your balance. I don't have no earrings on. It's not cute. I feel like your parents are some of the hardest people to forgive. What? Because you're not really going to understand your parents until you get older. Now, some of y'all got some terrible parents, so I'm not going to take that away from y'all. You should still forgive, but some of y'all parents really did a number on y'all. But you're not really going to understand your parents until you become an adult. When you become an adult, you see your parents differently because you kind of realize they did the best they could with what they had and what they knew at the time, you know? So you gotta forgive your parents. If you don't do anything, forgive your parents. Because one, being a parent is very hard. And I think, because I went through these stages as well, because me and my mom went through some of the similar things, but I didn't turn out like her. But I'm not her and she's not me. So part of my forgiveness process was understanding, like, man, I went through some of the same things my mom went through, but I was loving to my children. I love my children. My children feel loved. I work hard for them to provide them a beautiful life. And I'm like, okay, so why couldn't she do that? And it's like she did the best she could with who she was. She's not me. So I can't expect her to be like me and handle situations like I did. You give a lot of grace and understanding to your parents once you have children. And some of you will never have children, but you still need to find a way to give them that grace and understanding, because being a parent is extremely difficult. Like, it's very hard. It's very hard to raise another human being. It's hard to, like, cuz a lot of your parents, like, they weren't even finished really raising themselves and even knowing who they were before they got swept up into being a parent. And you can argue, okay, so why did they become a parent? Why did they have me? Why didn't they just take their time? And y'all, that's not how life works. That's not how life works. Not everybody is going to have the perfect story. Not everybody's going to have the white picket fence. Not everybody's going to get married before they have kids. Not everybody's going to be wealthy before they have kids. That's not how life works. You think God intended for all of us to have the perfect life? He wanted all of us to be rich and married with a house and therapist before we had kids. No, that's not the life that we were supposed to live. Some of you would not be the person you are today if you did not grow up in the dynamic that you grew up in. That's not realistic. Okay? Like, we can argue that all day long, but that doesn't even, like, that's irrelevant. You're already here. So to speak on somebody and how they brought a child into this world is so, like, you're not helping. The child is here. Let's just work on how we can be better from that point. A lot of your parents couldn't do that. You got to think that's a whole different generation, especially Gen X. Oh my God, Gen X, no shade, but y'all trifling a little bit. But y'all trifling like that because y'all have been through a lot. Like, y'all experienced a lot of pain and abuse. Like, as a group, y'all went through some things. So But forgive your parents, especially for my ladies, forgive your mothers. Everybody forgive your mother, okay? It's going to be hard because, again, I get it. Some of y'all mothers are trifling, but I can't even give that just to the ladies because the men, y'all need to forgive your mothers probably more than anybody. Forgive your mom. Forgive your dad. It's not your mom's fault that your dad was not there. No shade. I'm not trying to trigger nobody. You cannot blame that on your mom. Like, please don't do that. Like, it's very hard being a parent. And I know a lot of us now, especially for like my millennials and like my Gen Z parents, we love our kids so much. And we do right by them. We're not perfect, but we give them so much love, and we're very intentional about how we raise our kids because we don't want them to grow up in a toxic environment. We understand, okay, I get overstimulated really easily, but I don't want to project that on my child. I'm not going to scream and yell at my child because I'm overstimulated. Let me calm down. Let me just like have a conversation with them. We don't beat our kids. I know I don't, and a lot of Gen Z and millennials don't. We don't believe in, like, we believe that's child abuse because I feel like it is. Like, y'all don't, if you beat your kids, that's on you. But like, we're not abusing our kids physically. We're not doing all the punishments that our parents did. We're loving our kids. But that doesn't mean that we're perfect. We're just doing the best we can with what we know right now. So as hard as it is, try to forgive your parents. They were fighting demons and battling things that you have no idea about. You have no idea about. And at the end of the day, you got to let it go because you're here now and that part of your life is over. And you will probably never understand. There's things that my mom did to me I will never, ever, ever understand. And I would never do. But I forgive her and I let it go because she is not me and I am not her. She did things I just like, what is going on? What was going on with you? But I have to let it go because I'm a grown woman. Like, that was a long time ago. And also, I have so much love I can pour into my kids. I'm not finna hold on to that because the gag is, y'all, if you hold on to bitterness and resentment from your parents and you have kids, you are going to turn out like your parents. You have to forgive them because you think that you perfect. Not I'm saying you think you perfect because no parent thinks they're perfect, but you think that you're doing better than your parents when in reality, because you're holding on to so much bitterness and resentment from them, you've acted like your mom. You've acted like your dad, whether you realize it or not. And you got to understand, a lot of us, as crazy as it sounds, a lot of us gave birth to ourselves, or your wife or your girlfriend gave birth to you. Again, a lot of y'all have reincarnated technically, like, through your children again. I know it sounds crazy, but that's true. And I think a lot of y'all know that. Like, that's me. Like, when I look at my son, I'm not saying me, but I'm saying for y'all, like, if you a man, you look at your son, you like, oh yeah, that's all me. That's all me right there. He act just like me. He look like me. For my moms, if you have daughters or whatever, that's me. And it's like God is giving you the opportunity again to see kind of what your parents went through. Cause you're not easy, okay? Like, it's hard dealing with yourself. And God will give you yourself through your children and hold up a mirror to you through your children to teach you patience and to give you an idea of what your parents went through, and also so you can correct those mistakes. Because that's all it's about. Like, parenting is the hardest thing you will ever do in your life, okay? It's hard. That's not the only hard thing that you will ever do. Because again, I know a lot of y'all don't have kids and don't plan on having kids, and I feel like that's great. Because if you understand that you are not able to bring life into this world because maybe you feel like you're selfish, and I don't mean in a bad way, but you're like, I want to just take care of myself. I don't want to take care of no kids. I want to take care of me. I want to live my life. I want to travel. Or you know that you're not mentally well, or you know you're not financially stable. That's great. But a lot of people did not get the opportunity to come to that conclusion before they had kids. So give those people grace as well, including your parents. It's so easy nowadays to say, why y'all keep having kids and y'all X, Y, and Z? That is a case by case situation. Some people you can say, girl, stop having kids? Or why has this man got all these baby mamas? Like, why he not thinking clearly? That's case by case. But some people, y'all, like, I believe in spirit babies 100%. Some of these kids is going to come here whether you want them to or not. You know how many people done got vasectomies and got IUDs and birth control and took like took what's them called, Plan B pills, and them kids still got here? You know how many people go through like cryptic pregnancies? It's not that simple. If a baby is supposed to be here, that baby is going to get here, okay? But just try your I'm sorry, y'all. Thank you, young Kiko. I'm sorry, I was trying to catch the thing. Young Kiko in Neutrino Waves. It still had to be, yeah, like, it happens. Life happens, y'all. Don't ever expect perfection, especially when it comes to parenting and how children get in this world. Like, if some of y'all was born to a parent that was drinking and smoking and doing all types of drugs when they had you, but you still got here. You still survived. Like, I got people in my family who were born addicted to drugs. Went on to be like smart, athletic people. If God wants you to get here, you're going to get here. You're going to beat all odds. Single mom, single dad, whatever. It doesn't matter. These children are going to get here, especially these divine beings like y'all. You know you're divine, but maybe you had a stepdad, maybe you had a stepmom, maybe you were raised by your grandma, your grandpa, your auntie. Maybe you grew up in the perfect two-parent household with loving parents. Not everybody gets that story, but don't judge somebody if they don't have that story. Because He wants us here, and He wants us here how He wants us here, okay? But if you are not a parent yet, or even if you are, and you're able to like take a beat and say, okay, I got a drinking problem, or I got to save more money, I got a problem spending money, or I actually wouldn't be a good mom, I actually wouldn't be a good dad, like, I need to go to therapy first. If you are capable of going to therapy, saving your money, like everything, living your best life and doing everything that you can do before you have children, please do that if you can. But just know, it don't matter what you do. There is nothing that's going to prepare you for being a parent. I don't care how much therapy you go through. I don't care how much money you save. Now, money makes it easier. Totally. So, money makes being a parent a lot easier. Definitely make sure you got some coin, okay? But the emotional and spiritual journey of being a parent is not something that can be controlled. Therapy, yes, is great, but you may go to therapy for years, have a kid, and have to go back to therapy because you don't know what type of child you're going to get. You don't know how this is going to make you feel. If you're a mom, you may go through postpartum depression. Dads also go through their own mental conflict when they have children. Like, you just don't know what's going to happen. The only thing that can really help you is money, because money can pay for therapy. Money can pay for like help, like babysitters, night nurses. You can make sure you got food. Money, yes. Make sure you got funds, okay? But everything else, it's a wild ride, baby. Hold on. Hold on. Sorry, y'all, went on my parenting rant. Not your baby mama was a narcissist. I don't know. I be hearing men say that, and I'm not saying it's not true, but I just feel like I need to hear her side of the story. What's some advice you'd give to your younger self? That's a good question. I gotta think about that one. I gotta think about that. Advice I would give to my younger self? Because it's like, what age? I would probably tell my younger self to be myself, for sure. Like, be yourself. I think that was probably one of my biggest issues. I would say be yourself. I don't know. Ask for help. Like, don't hold so much in, ask for help. I don't know, I gotta think about that. There's a lot I would say, but also like which one? The toddler me, the preteen me, the teenage me? That's a good question though. It made me think. I need to write that down in my journal actually. I forgive her, but how do I deal with her jealousy? I think I always tell people this: acceptance. Just accept it. And I'm not saying accept it and deal with it. I'm saying accept that that's who she is. Like, you can't stop her from being jealous. A lot of women deal with jealousy from our mothers. Like, I totally get that. But you can avoid being around her. You can call her out on it. You can totally call her out on it and like speak your mind. But is that going to stop her from being jealous? Maybe, maybe not. I would just say use your voice and tell her, like, be straight up with her. Like, I cannot deal with your jealousy. Like, you are jealous of your own child. Like, however you need to say it, like, this weird. But overall, you're probably just going to have to accept the fact that that's the type of person that she is and deal with her to a certain level. Don't like decenter her. Don't tell her all your business. Don't be around her all the time. Like, you can check up on her every once in a while. It's still your mom. I'm sure you love her. But that jealousy disease that moms have for their daughters is like a real life sickness. I don't know. Like, I don't feel that way, but I've come from generations of women who have treated their daughters like that. It's like a sickness. I feel like you just got to get to the point where you're like, you either going to communicate, tell her how you feel, you're not going to deal with her at all, or you're just going to accept it and just like whatever. Like, she's jealous of me. Oh well. I'm going to just let it go. I'm going to jealousy. Like, when you have people who create a child together, the whole dynamic is just very interesting, and there can be a lot of blames on both sides. But I don't know. I don't ever listen to when a man says like, "Oh, my baby mama was a narcissist and she was this." Or it happens, but it happens so it happens so rarely. Contrary to popular belief, it's not that common. And half the time, like, motherhood, and I'm not saying this is an excuse, but motherhood makes you crazy. And that woman probably just needed help. She could have been going through postpartum. And I'm not trying to like give all the grace in the world to the mom and not the dad, because I know dads have gone through things like that. And they end up being single dads and things of that nature. I would have to hear her side of the story first before I can come to that conclusion. Because I've dealt with someone else's like baby mama, and she was wrong, but she was also justified. Like, it just, some healing needed to be done. Crazy on top of already being crazy. And you chose to procreate with her. What y'all tell women? Pick better. I don't know what to tell you with that baby mama stuff. I don't know. Like, we have a very like, my relationship, it is what it is, but it's not, I'm not gonna be like, I'm not going to act like I'm perfect. I'm here for the children and what's the best for the children. And I feel like if more people who have kids and aren't together would just focus on the kids and not each other, then everything would be fine. There's plenty of co-parenting relationships that work out. People just be focused on their own feelings. And it's like, baby, you need to go to therapy and talk about your feelings. Your feelings don't matter in this situation more than the kids' feelings do. Focus on the kids, or focus on the kid. Focus on that. Everyone pour your love and feelings into the child, and everyone else go deal with the other stuff in therapy. And I feel like that's what people's problem is. Yeah, but if you can avoid that situation, try to. But it can be hard to avoid the first time. Have you ever watched Barbie? It's right in our faces. Yes, Barbie was such a good movie. I love that. And exactly. Okay, y'all go watch Barbie if you haven't seen Barbie. That movie got so much hate, and then I watched it and I'm like, oh, okay, I see why people didn't like it, because it's the truth. People can't handle the truth. Yes, the babies come first. Excuse me. I do think when it comes to like bringing children into this world, I do believe that um, men need to be more mindful of the fact that if you sleep with a woman without protection, I need you to automatically think every single time she's pregnant. Like, I need you to go there every time. Not even when you do it, before you do it. Like, think to yourself, if I sleep with this woman raw, she is going to get pregnant. I need you to tell yourself that immediately before you decide to lay down with this woman unprotected, because men are like, y'all just get so aroused and you're like, y'all know how y'all are. Y'all seen y'all homeboys. Y'all will do anything. And then when she get pregnant, you like, I need you to delete this fetus. Get rid of this baby. And you got to understand that is traumatic in itself. Like, the fact that a woman has to go through the process of deleting a fetus is traumatic. And she may not want to do that. And y'all will be like, well, I don't want to raise her. And I get it on both sides. I have not gone through a situation where somebody told me to delete his fetus, but it's just crazy because somebody would argue, well, if he's telling you he doesn't want the baby, just get rid of it. It's not that simple. I feel like the social media tries to normalize things that's not normal. Like, it's women out here on their eighth abortion. Like, that's her business. But at some point it's like, sis, like, do you know what you're doing to your body? And I'm not judging. I'm just saying at some point you got to take responsibility. You can't just have 8, 10 abortions. Like, as it's something, you fertile at this point. Like, it's not fair to the woman, in my opinion, for y'all both agreed to lay down and do the do without protection, and now she's pregnant, which is 100% a possibility every time. You're telling her you need to go through this traumatic situation to get rid of it. She may not want to do that though, and that has no effect on you, which is why I always tell men, y'all have very little to do with creating life, because not only would she has to, there's nothing, you get to walk around and be free and drink and eat what you want to do and live how you want to live and do what you want to do while she's carrying this child. But also, if she goes through the process of deleting the fetus, that affects her like really traumatically. That's not going to have any effect on you the same way it would her. So I would just highly suggest, and this is something I would tell my son, before you lay down with a woman without protection, understand you are going to get her pregnant. Not, oh, I might not. You will. And I feel like if men start thinking about it like that, and women as well, start thinking of it like that, then there will be less broken homes, and there'll be less men who gave babies to these women who they say are crazy. Like, maybe just don't have raw intercourse with somebody that you don't want to get pregnant by you. I think it's just that simple. It's just that simple. Like, people just be And you can't put all the responsibility on the woman and say, well, she should have chose better and like, I don't care. Like, y'all, if I was a man and I got a woman pregnant, I don't care if I was going to be with her or not. Her and that baby are going to be well taken care of. If she decides to keep the baby, I'm going to leave. I'm going to let it be her choice. If she decides to keep that baby, I don't care how mad I am. I don't care how embarrassed I am. I don't care how frustrated it's going to cost, how frustrated I'm going to be, or how expensive it's going to be, how much it's going to cost. Her and that baby are going to be well taken care of, because I feel like I'm the man in that situation. I'm bringing life into this world. There's a life growing inside this woman. I'm going to take care of her. I'm going to make sure she's good for life. I'm going to make sure she's good for life. But a lot of men are just like, well, I told her I ain't want the baby. And now you got a baby out here in this world that you're not even taking care of. You're trifling. I don't care what type of man you are. When you bring a life into this world, that's your responsibility. You take care of that life. And you do what you're supposed to do. I don't care if you was a bum yesterday. And you can say why she laid down with that bum. I don't know why she laid down with that bum. But I do know that bum got a baby now, and that bum better get on his big foot and figure something out. I don't know. It's rich men out here who don't take care of their babies. Don't think because you lay down with a man, he got some coin, that he's going to take care of you and your child. That's not always true. These men with riches do not take care of their children. These men with riches will marry a woman or put her up in a house and go in there and abuse her. Like, it's so many situations that go on. I just went on a whole little, I just went left, but y'all get what I'm trying to say. Okay, I missed some of y'all's things. I'm a rare breed. I was giving her the benefit of the doubt. She had 2 other baby daddies, so I know I'm right. I didn't have no kids. Should have took heed to the sign, but my big heart, though. No, you wasn't thinking with your heart. Be marvelous. Be honest. I'm listening while cooking, but wanted to step in and say narc baby mamas are absolutely not rare. I see it all the time. Also, hey, girly. Hey. I just feel like I don't see it all the time, so that's not been my perspective. I don't see a bunch of narc baby mamas walking around, but I do know that there's such a thing as reactive abuse, and a lot of times these women who have these children are being abused and they're reacting to that abuse. So I get it. It happens. I haven't seen it a bunch of times. I've only actually literally seen it one time in my entire life. I've only seen it once. And I still give that woman grace because I know what type of man she was dealing with. And she was still reacting to his abuse. Like, she was emotionally abused by this person for a long time. And she may not even realize it. And it turned her into a terrible person. But I still give her grace because I'm like, at the end of the day, if that man would have provided a safer environment for her, didn't manipulate her, didn't emotionally abuse her, would she have even turned out that way? So I get it. I'm not even trying to be like, oh, women can do no wrong. They're out here, but I know based off like statistics of narcissism, there is way more narcissistic men in general, much less baby fathers, than there are women. Like, that's like statistically proven. Most, like 75% of narcissists are diagnosed narcissists are men. And a lot of times the mom is just reacting to the abuse, which isn't fair because it's very easy to paint the picture that the mom is the problem in the situation if she's reacting to abuse. So, and it does go both ways, yes, but I've only seen it once so far. I don't agree with abortion, but I understand the worldly government for it to be implemented because of grape issues, right? We live in a world where it's a major lack of self-accountability, for sure. Deleting babies comes with spiritual ties. The spirit of the baby is still here. And it's just a tough thing to do. Like, it really is. Yeah, it's definitely some terrible women out here. There's no question. It's just the parenting thing is like, I've just seen so much, not even in my experience, like my situation, but other people's situations. I've seen it. And it's just like, if the baby mama is so bad, if she's such a narcissist, why did you leave your children with her? That'd be my thing. They be screaming and, oh, my baby mama is terrible. She trying to like ruin my life. She trying to keep my kids from me. They do all that talking. They get a reaction out of her. She blows up. She's probably overstimulated from taking care of all these children or one child. She's working hard. If you see I feel like the main way to know, and it's not the main way, but look at her relationship with her child. Look how she treats her child. Look at the environment that she has for that child. And then you can draw that conclusion. Because if you say your baby mama or your wife or whatever is a narcissist, but you left your children with her and didn't even try to fight her in court, I do not believe you. Because why didn't you take her to court? And then guess what y'all gonna say? Not y'all, but the society will say, well, men don't usually win in court. That's not true, first of all. First of all, I've gone to family court. First of all, I have been there. That is not true. That is not true. Most men don't even try to go for custody of their kids, but will say that their baby mama is a terrible person. If your baby mama was that terrible, you would be fighting tooth and nail to go get your child or your children away from her. They don't do that because it's not true. Otherwise, we would have more men in the courthouse and family court fighting for their kids. They don't do that. And it's not because the court favors the mom. It's not because of that. It's because they do not really want their kids. Because any real father or mother, because mothers go through it as well, they have to go to family court and fight back for their kids. Any real parent who loves their kids is willing to take the risk of going to court to fight for their children. Any real one will. It don't matter if you don't have the money. It don't matter if you scared. It don't matter if you've heard rumors of all these other things. If you really, really love your kids and you want your kids, you're going to fight for them in court, period. You'll scrape together all the change in the world that you need to, okay? Exactly. You're showing up to get your babies, especially if the other parent is abusive and narcissistic, as you say. Listen, y'all, if you are a man or a woman and you are dealing with somebody who has kids and they're telling you that their baby mama or their baby daddy is a narcissist, but you have never seen them fight for custody, if they're telling you that that person is terrible and they just an evil person, but you have never seen them fight for custody, you have never seen them do research or even try, they are lying, period. I don't care what nobody say. They are lying. And you will be a fool to sit there and deal with that and listen to it. Because reactive abuse is real. Women will abuse men emotionally when it comes to children, and men will abuse women emotionally when it comes to children. But a real parent is going to fight for theirs. I promise you. I said she's a good mom. I gave her credit, but a horrible mate. But you know what? Y'all was meant to make that baby, and that's all it was. God wanted you to make that baby, but he may not have wanted y'all to be together. That's life. On both hands, the narcissistic mothers are more hidden. That's true. It's definitely on both genders. They just didn't do the work. And I'm proud to see so many young mothers and some fathers getting help. Yeah, it's true. It happens. I've seen it. I just haven't seen it as often as the other side. People forget one thing about being in relationships. We outgrow each other. That's true. Or one partner goes through changes that the other partner doesn't know of. And if there is no transparency, fights begin. Yeah, you outgrow people all the time. Like, you're not always going to stay with one person. Like, if you do, that's great. But if you can't, then that's just life. I love that. Why would somebody have to fight for something that's theirs already? Did you even ask yourself? That is y'all's favorite line. Either you want the baby or you don't, honey. I've heard this before. Y'all always say that. Why do I have to fight for my son if my son is mine? Technically, depending on what state you live in, that son actually doesn't belong to you, even if you sign the birth certificate. And at the end of the day, when we say fight, you're not actually fighting. You have to go to, if you're not married to the person, or if you've gotten a divorce, if you got a divorce or you were co-parenting with somebody and y'all have children, there has to be some type of rules and guidelines in place for most people, not everybody, because those two parties may not always agree. So you go to court to establish finances. You go to court to establish who is going to live where. So when you go to family court, y'all, for those of you who don't know, they want to know how much money you both make. They want to know who has a house, who has a car, who has the children's life insurance policy, not the life insurance, who has the children's health insurance policy, who is taking the kids to their sport activities. If the child is in cheerleading or soccer, who is taking the child to the soccer practices, who's paying for the soccer practice, who's feeding the children on a day-to-day basis. They want to know who is the most involved in the child's life. So just because you shot your son or your daughter into the mama does not make you a father, for one. So y'all, a lot of times men, and sometimes women too, have this idea that they own their children because that they share a portion of your DNA. That doesn't make you a father, and it does not make you a mother just because you had the baby. The real father and the real mother is showing up every single day. So when you go to family court, they want to know who is showing up for the child, who is creating the best environment for the child. Like, again, who has the health coverage, who has the dental coverage, where are your finances going, who is putting the child in sports and extracurricular activities, who's at every recital. That's what they want to know. So you can say, why would I fight for something that belongs to you? Just because the child shares your DNA does not mean that child belongs to you, and does not make you a father or a mother. How much are you showing up? And at the end of the day, if you want your child and you want access to them, hey, unfortunately, sometimes you got to go through situations where you end up in court. That's life. Don't make the same mistake next time. That's all I can tell you. Women get dragged into court. Men get dragged into court. Again, people get divorced. Things happen, y'all. But make it about the babies and not your own personal feelings. Exactly. You have to establish who is the primary parent, and they base that off of who is showing up the most. Usually, don't shoot the messenger. Usually, the mother shows up the most. That is why she usually gets custodial custody, because she shows up the most. That doesn't always happen, but typically it does happen that way. So I didn't make the rules. That's just even in a married couple, y'all, usually the mom and the wife in the situation is showing up the most. Now, if you're not that type of dad, you dad of the year and you love your kids and they with you every day, I'm not talking to you. I'm just saying. Yes, is the child thriving with you or not? That's what they want to know. They don't care about who got a girlfriend. They don't care who. Y'all, when y'all go to family court, you be thinking like they care about certain stuff. They do not care. They don't care if you got cheated on. They don't care if he hit you 2 months ago. They do not care. The only thing they care about is what's happening right now. What's going on right now. I'm just telling you the truth. My son is 6 and his father, my ex-husband, is not a part of his everyday life, very here and there. Exactly. And I'm sorry that you're going through that. I'm really sorry you're going through that, but that's so true. And it usually always happens that way. They're very in and out. And I bet you in a lot of situations, the father would be more present if you wanted to be with him. But because you don't want to be in a relationship with him romantically, he just neglects you and neglects the child. And that happens all the time, which is abuse. That's neglect and that is abuse. If you leave the mother of your child because she doesn't want to be with you anymore and abandon your child, you are abusive. She doesn't have to be with you for you to take care of that child. Average length of marriage relationship is 8 years these days, with or without relationships, according to stats. Yes, advocate for the babies. Have you seen the Tyler Perry movie Daddy Little Girls, like a long time ago? But that's a movie, y'all. So we're not talking about movies, we're talking about real life. I'm going to have to fend for the fellas. Nobody want to trust these women because they looking at 5 different options, messing around thinking they are men. I don't know what y'all be seeing or what y'all be going through, but that's unfortunate. I don't see that. I've never surrounded myself with women like that, but I do feel like it's shown a lot on social media. And if you're getting your idea of women off social media, you already wrong. My son's father and daughter's father are horrible. They want everything to go their way. Now my daughter's father doesn't see her. And did he ever take you to court? Probably not. They be swearing, and he probably somewhere in somebody else's ears, and she won't let me see my daughter. But he has not one time tried to see her on his own or go to court. If it's that hard and y'all can't come to any type of agreement, just go to court. That's what it's for. Like, they don't want to go to court because they don't want that child support. That's why, because they know they have not been showing up the most. They have not been spending the most money. And if they go to court, they're going to be on child support. Child, I'm sorry you're going through that, though. It happens, though. It happens. But honestly, it's better for them to stay away and don't think for one second that you will never find love or nobody will ever love you. And if you, I know everybody feels differently about it because a lot of people want to protect their kids. But if you're a single dad or a single mom, if God has somebody out there for you, there's somebody out there for you. Okay, somebody will love you and love your kids. It's just hard because you really want to protect your babies. But if that person does not want to be there, sometimes they are just the sperm donor. Or if you're dealing with a mom who is toxic, sometimes she was just the egg donor and the child bearer. But that child is going to have a mother. It may not be her biological mom or dad, but they're going to have a mother. They're going to have a father. Because being a mother or father is about who's showing up, not who the DNA is connected to. Promise you. I most definitely take care of my children because I know how it is to not have a father in your life. Facts. Good. As you should. You're not repeating the cycle. Sometimes people grow up without a mom or a dad and they just repeat the cycle. Like they were raised by a deadbeat mom or a deadbeat dad and now they're deadbeats, which is crazy. It's crazy. And I know one. I know one, my own flesh and blood. And that's why it's hard to deal with them because, like, I love my nephews, but it's like you went through a similar situation and you turned out just like that man. And you missing out on your beautiful nephews. And your beautiful sons, my beautiful nephews. This conversation got real ghetto. Oh, I'm just playing. I love y'all. It's life, though. It happens. It happens, y'all. We done got ghetto in here. Maybe I've been in the wrong environments. It's possible. Like, as much as I be getting on the man, I'm not bitter, and I've come across some pretty decent men. I still don't really like y'all because I think it's important for women to think like that about men. Like, we don't really like y'all. We know it's some good ones out here, but we don't really like y'all. And I think that's good. I think it's a good thing. I think the best type of women are the ones who are not like overly impressed with men. And I'm not talking about bitter, but just like they're indifferent about men and dating, you know? Like, I'm just indifferent. And a lot of times y'all think I'm speaking from my own experiences and I'm not. Like, my dating, there's been like 1 or 2 times dating that it was really toxic and really bad. But for the most part, when I've dated, I've had good experiences. I get treated well. But I still don't like y'all as a whole. Sorry. Right, we got to take heed. We got to be smart. Like, I done seen too many things. Like, I got brothers, y'all. I got brothers. I just seen too much. Okay, is it all right that I don't want to see my newborn baby right now until I get my pockets right and self? No, I don't think it's right unless you are battling some type of addiction, like drug addiction or alcoholism. I don't think it's right. I know you probably mean well, but having a newborn is really hard. And don't think because she's a woman that she can just handle it and she's strong. Having a newborn is hard. And whoever you got pregnant, whether y'all on good terms or not, even if she gives you hell, help her, because having a newborn is extremely difficult. And a lot of women go through postpartum depression and they take it out on their baby. And it happens. And God forbid that is your situation. But a woman dealing with a newborn who doesn't have any help, not every woman's strong enough to deal with that. Even the women who have help struggle with the newborn process. I do not feel like you should neglect your baby, because that would be neglect. Because you want to get your pockets right, I think you should go see your baby and allow that to motivate you to get your situation together. Because that baby don't care about how much money you have. That baby just cares that you're there. Do some skin to skin, okay? Skin to skin. Take your shirt off and hold that baby, okay? That's how you form a bond and a connection early. Because you don't want another man to come in and like raise your child. And again, I'm sure you mean well, but that baby don't care about what's in your pockets. I promise you right now, that newborn care about one thing, and that's food. That's it. They just want to be held and they want to be fed. That's it. So take that time right now to hold that baby, feed that baby, kiss that baby, pray over that baby, hold that baby tight and cry your eyes out and say, God, please help me take care of this baby. Bless me so I can bless my baby. And I promise you, you're going to get out your situation soon. But if you're dealing with an addiction, then I feel like, yeah, stay away. But other than that, no, that's not an excuse. I don't call smoke marijuana is an addiction. What you think? I feel like you can totally be addicted to weed. And I used to think otherwise too, but you can. I used to think the same thing. You can't be addicted to weed. I can stop anytime. Y'all be having withdrawals. Then with them weed withdrawals, just like with any other drug. And y'all be saying you can stop, but can you? Let me see you do it right now. I think you could definitely be addicted to weed. I've been there. I smoke every day and my children are very well taken care of. It has nothing to do with your kids per se. There's moms who smoke every day. Sometimes as a parent, I'm not judging you for smoking weed. Like, it's moms who like they go outside and they go garden and they come back in better moms. Sometimes you gotta let loose a little bit, especially as a parent. So I mean, as long as you're functioning properly, they're taken care of, the babies don't smell like weed, they're not going to school smelling like weed, their clothes don't smell like weed, I don't think it's a big deal. And I wouldn't say that you specifically are addicted, but you can be for sure. Financial, and I just graduated. I'm class of 24. I've been having it hard. Oh, so you're a young parent. Okay. What do you like to do? I mean, you're young, like you're just now experiencing the world. So I'm assuming you're 18. Are you 18? Like you just graduated from high school? Because I need to know that. Before I answer your question and give you some advice. I know how mentally taxing. I'm 19. Oh, so you 19, so you real young. You're a young father. My suggestion to you is to go to a trade school. Find a trade that you can do. They got trade schools that are like, you can complete class. You can get financial aid for it, but they're usually pretty cheap. You can go, like, people get their CDLs. They get their, like, I know they have like welding schools. Like, look up trade schools near you where you can get a quick like 3-week certification, 1-month certification. Usually those trade schools, you can move into getting a job really quickly. But in the meantime, spend time with your child, because that child is going to push you. It's going to motivate you to be there for that child. So spend time with your baby. Help the mother of your child. Be understanding to her emotions. She may be all over the place, okay? She may be emotional. She may be angry. Ignore it. Don't take it personally. Give her a break. Let her sleep. Keep the baby, okay? Like, be there for that child. But in the meantime of you being there for that child, you need to be going to going to some type of trade school. You can get your CDL in 3 weeks, but you can't be like smoking weed and stuff. Your license got to be legit. You can get your CDLs in like 3 weeks. You can go to a trade school. They have online trade schools. They have some, I think it's called Swift. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's called Swift Transportation. If you get your CDL through them, they'll pay for your CDL and they'll give you a job. The mom acts weird to me. She been doing me wrong. I live in the trenches. I got it way harder. I mean, you can't let that you can't let that be your excuse. Being from the trenches, okay? A lot of us is from the projects and the trenches, but we still found a way, especially for our babies. So I feel like you need to be thinking like, okay, I don't want my baby growing up in the trenches. So because I don't want my baby growing up like that, I'm going to provide for this baby. All right? So you saying the mom is acting weird from like acting weird towards you? That's typical for a new mom. And y'all sound like y'all young. Y'all are babies. Yeah, she acting weird. She just pushed the whole life out of her. Let her be weird. Don't focus on her. All right? Focus on her in a way where you're being supportive, but don't focus on her emotions, because she's extremely hormonal. Extremely hormonal. Like, take this time right now to like, let me see. Oh, we got girly girl trucking in here. Hold on. We have welders where I work. They're extremely important for the trucks and paid well too. And yes, quit smoking is worth it. Yes, welders get paid a lot of money. You might as well go to Swift. You'll be free and come back being able to provide. That's what I'm saying. Like, if your biggest setback is you providing, then you need to just get you go to a trade school. Like, you can get your CDL so quick, honey. You'll have your CDL before the summer get here. Okay? And you'll be able to provide for your child. But I don't recommend staying away even if she's treating you weird. Like, even if she's being weird right now, because I don't know what y'all went through. Reach out to her daily. Try to see her if you can go to her home daily. Because if you abandon her, because this is abandonment. I just want you to understand that. If you abandon her during the newborn stage and then try to come back later, like giving her gifts and like giving her money, she's never going to forget that. And she's never going to forgive you. And she may make it harder for you to see your child. Don't abandon her and don't abandon your child. See your baby, really see that baby every day because it's a newborn. Form a bond with that baby and spend 3 weeks getting your CDLs or your welder license. Yeah, they got engineers. Like, spend this time right now getting like going to a trade school, because you're going to have an education. Your mind is going to be right. You're going to be around other people who are probably in a similar situation to you, or just other people who are like striving for a similar goal. And you're going to be able to take care of your child once it's all over with. Yeah, do not abandon her right now. Even if you feel like you mean well, it's different when you have that newborn baby and you up all night and you by yourself. Like, don't put her through that. Amen. I like your positive vibe and how you try to be understanding. I've been verbally abused for so long. That verbal abuse, I feel like, is so like, it's not as it doesn't give, what's the word I want to use? People don't see verbal abuse as a real abuse. I'll say that. And it can really affect your brain. People get their lives together just to mess it all up again. Hey man, it's life. Judge us when you're perfect. What's my favorite color? I don't really have I'd probably say like blue. Pay child support, LOL. Y'all so funny. I mean, he doesn't have money to give right now. That's what he's trying to work on. So, but yeah, CDL to me is the way to go. All right, y'all, I'm about to get off because I'm hungry. It's almost 5 o'clock. I've been on here with y'all for hours. Don't say I never did nothing for y'all. All right, but I love y'all. I hope y'all are doing well today on your beautiful Sunday. I hope this week is really prosperous for y'all. If you're going through something right now, my suggestion is just to feel it, cry, be angry, and then like try to transmute that energy into something positive. Let it motivate you, or say like some positive affirmations, go exercise, stretch, just do something else, okay? But just know it's always a solution. When you are going through a hard time and you haven't cried and you haven't released your emotions, it's harder to think clearly. Okay? So you may be making irrational decisions right now, and that's not the way to go, okay? So I'm praying for y'all, everybody who's going through anything, big or small. Y'all are gonna be all right, okay? Y'all gonna be all right. But I love y'all. My CDL saved me when my husband passed. Go. Good luck. I know you'll do great. Oh, I'm sorry for your loss. I'm glad you got a testimony, though. I'm sorry for your loss. Thank you, Jess. Bye, Michael. Somebody asked about a one-on-one session. If you want a one-on-one session, look at the description box, and you'll see all the information there. And then you can read my reviews and things of that nature. All right, but I love y'all. Catch y'all later. Bye.